Okay, welcome back. In the previous video, I had started this Locket mini album, and I got as far as assembly and embellishing the front cover. So I want to go ahead and embellish the pages. So let me show you what I've kind of been thinking I'm going to do. So I cut out this piece of the die set with this here. And what I want to do is I'm going to kind of fussy cut around so that I'm going to make this more of a pocket page. So some of this is going to be cut apart, and which I could definitely keep, but I don't know that it's going to be keepable. And then on the back page, I'm going to go ahead and I cut one of my ovals in half. So this is going to be a pocket, and then I saved this from a piece that I cut out, and that'll be like a little tuck spot that you can put a journaling card, sorry, my brain went blank, or use it for a photo frame that can go in there. And so at the moment I'm going to be cutting out a couple frames to go on the inside pages, and I keep thinking this is like a frame die that's going to cut out the center, but it's not. And there is an oval piece that comes with it, so I'm gonna try and line that up so it still cuts out a frame that I can use. So I'm going to cut some of these, and then I have the butterflies that came with this mystery box set, and cut some of those out, and a few other embellishments to go with this. So right now let me go ahead and just get this cut. And this paper here I got off Amazon, and I'm very happy with it. So if you like it, I'll put a link for it below if you're interested. Now I'm hoping the magnet will do its job and hold everything in place. You could always put a piece of tape in there to hold that, but I think I'm okay. Okay, so that came out good so that I can use it as a frame in the book. So I'm going to cut out another one, and then you have another little spot for journaling cards, or a mat if you want to use it for that. Okay, and so these are the butterflies. I don't know if you already got this mystery set. These butterflies came with it, and then Anna has several other sets with butterflies and other insects, so I might pull some of those out too, just to kind of give it a variety. This one will work really well just because of the size of the album. I feel like this is going to be too big, so I'm going to set these aside, but we'll use this one. And probably I have some leftover pieces of paper here. When I first got this one, I really thought it was one I already had. So she has this from an older set, but no, they're different. Okay. Okay, so these are the 3 sets I was looking for. So primarily this one already has a peacock, and I was working so hard on the front to get that peacock. And then this one here that just has all these different insects, little, but better size-wise. And then this one here has like these hummingbirds. And I pulled these out of an older set too. Like in the beginning, I didn't keep all my sets together. Like I separated them into like little pockets so that they fit. And like there's this little bird. So I'm not sure which sets these came out of, but I am going to cut a few of these too. So I have some iridescent that I'm going to be using for the peacock and this hummingbird. Okay, so let me start playing with all of these that I have cut out and see how far I get. So this one I know I want to cut out most of this. And Anna would probably use like an X-Acto knife, a craft knife. I just don't feel that confident with one. So we're gonna keep it with scissors. There. So that one is going to go on my inside page. And I'm going to glue around it, and then this will be open. Oh, and I did it again. I didn't put the little pin back in. So the thing with me and using pattern paper, I hate to go through all that work and then just cover it up. So I do like to use, you know, a frame would be really nice, or just some embellishments around the edges. And I really wish I had, you know, photos to go in here to use as an example, but I just don't have anything on hand. But we can embellish around it. So we have, you know, our peacock down here, our butterflies, all the flowers that she sent. I do want to use these frames right here. So I was just thinking if I glue it all the way down or leave a spot open at the top. And I think I'm going to leave a spot open at the top. Just if you want to like be able to slip something in, you can. I mean, you're losing all your paper there, but and that's why I only want to use like these two frames, because otherwise you're just losing all your paper. But we'll do that. I'm just going to put glue around a few of the edges. And here, like this one here will look really nice. And if we just put this like off to the edge, you know, his little wing's probably gonna fall open. I probably should have mirrored that. If I mirrored that, then the wing would be on the inside. I don't know, we can do it like this too. Like his little beak can bend, and then just go down here and he can live in this little space between your pages. So like that. So if I just put some glue right through here and down through here. Right there, I think would be good. And see, that way you'll still be able to get, you know, something underneath him. And then if we put this little peacock down here and just glue down at the bottom, you can either go over it or under it. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to glue those down just like that. And I'll probably go around just the edges so that if you want to put something underneath it, you still can. I'm just going to add glue to the very edges so that we don't lose any pocket space. Although this is too much, so I'm going to just kind of wipe that off. And we do have the flowers. And I think I'll put a gold one underneath just so that we don't lose it in this background. Make sure it'll still open. I think normally I would use some little square foam stickers, but I already have, you know, dimension with this sticker here. There is some space to be able to have some stickers in there, so you don't have to worry about that. But this way you could still get a frame under there. In fact, I think I'll just leave that one there for reference. Okay, this is a big sticker, but because it's, and I'm going to leave that on. So it tore right here, but that's going to be to my advantage because it's going to hang off the edge and it won't be sticky. But the part that's dimensional is the sticker part over here. So this is still flat. So this will work because I want to be able to lay this right here, and it's going to lay on top of that and still have room for this little oval. So that worked out excellent. That's one of the stickers from the set. And I'm not going to glue these in. I'm not even quite sure if I'm going to use this for myself or give this away as a gift. But maybe I'll just put a little piece of double-sided tape on the back just to kind of hold it in place for the moment. Okay, so this would look nice too, and it's gonna line up against this one. So even if I take all the sticky off, it can stick to the back part of that one. That worked out really nice too. So like you could still have a frame under there. I think I'm going to cut out maybe 2 more of these ovals just as placement because they're looking nice, or maybe a 3rd one too. And it does help to visualize where to put your embellishments. And if you had wanted, you could cut this out twice, once in green and once in pink, and then fussy cut one or the other out, and then you would have some pink and some green in there. So I'm going to add this up here onto the frame, and it's going to go down just a little into the binding. But then that'll be on the frame. And then they can still stick, you know, something underneath. And I want to see if I can find another one. This would be a good option. It's a similar style. It's the same image, but in reverse, and it's layered, but not the same way, and obviously it's in gold. So if I could find this one, I would prefer this one, maybe even in pink. Okay, so there it is, unless I can find pink. No, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna put it right there. It'll hang off the edge a little. So I want to make a few more of these ovals. Okay, I'm just gonna put this in there. It's cute, it has a saying, it's small, it fits, it can be taken out and glued to the side if somebody wants to move it. And I should look to see, because gold flowers would look really pretty over here. And here's this one. I don't know what this one is, but I'm drawn to this one mostly because it has the curve, and the curve is fitting on this oval so nice. I mean, that's upside down, and I just fussy cut that out. So I don't know, maybe up here. I think I'm gonna put it up there. And I know, like, Tammy from Crafts 24/7, she talks quite a bit through her videos and her process and all the fun things. I don't know, I feel like a loss for words a lot of times. I wish I had someone to talk to for a lot of this. Oh, look. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here just because I'm not hanging off so much on the edge right there. So there, that's gonna go there. Or if this was live, you could, you know, at least chat with people. But it's just me, myself, and I, and whatever animals in the background that don't happen to be barking at the time. So I want to use the gold oval up here, and I could probably go with some more gold flowers and this butterfly. Because our choices of flowers are kind of limited. You've got the bright pink, the teal, and the gold. I don't know, I don't feel like the teal is working with this green, but maybe this smaller gold flower down here. And I have one of these little guys left over, although it's in silver. It's more that iridescent, it's not exactly silver. And I guess it would kind of go with this right here. So if I did that. And maybe the gold flower. Or there's my favorite, whatever this is. And it would be nice if it was mirrored. Is it mirrored? Oh, hold on, it's mirrored. And it would go opposite of that. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. And if I knew, here it is. My X-Acto knife, my craft knife, whatever we call this. I'm not going to cut all the sticker off, all the back of it. Just so that it doesn't stick to the paper entirely. So that if you did want to put something underneath it, you will be able to. But that's going to follow the curve. And then just this last one back here. Okay, so I keep wanting to use this butterfly. So if I did that and I cut out part of the sticker again. Okay, so that can go there. Just gonna put a little bit of stick here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put the butterfly here. Okay, I think I have it done. I don't know, what do you think? Does it need something here? I do wish this was going the other way. I'd put it in there. Okay, so I'm going to call this good. Let me find, I'll just use this as an example of putting places. Okay, so we're going to be able to open it up. We have a little either saying, or you could, you know, move it out for embellishment, but we're going to leave that right there. You have a space for a photo. And this one, we didn't glue it at the top, so you could bring something in here. And the same with this one. You could bring something down in here. And then these are only glued on the edges so that you can still put in a photo or journaling card, whatever you want. And to be honest, you could probably put in a couple, you know, whether it's square, you could go in and add some square frames as well. I mean, it's just going to poke out, but that's fine. And then we have the butterfly and the flowers and the bird from the other set, and this is a little gold flourish from another set. But these are the flowers that are going with it, and the butterfly, and then a little pocket at the back. And again, you could put a few items back there. So this is just the oval that came with the set. You could go bigger. Where is, okay, this is what I made my pages with. That would be too big, but you could probably just make it an inch smaller with your Cricut. I believe it was 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So, you know, you could do 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 and have more spaces to fit in there, or same with your photos. And then you would have all these other little oval frames to do whatever with. So, okay, let me clean everything off and give you a good look. I'm going to have to clean my glass mat after this. I've got it full of glue. But let's do this again. Here is our cover for Someone Special, and this came out of the mystery box, as well as the flowers and the frame and the paper. So everything is out of the mystery box, with the exception of a few embellishments that are from other die sets that I have. But on the inside, I have the frame that comes with it, and that's the piece that I cut out just to be able to make a little pocket in the front. And then all of the embellishments, these are from the mystery box as well. I cut out all of these little oval pieces with the frame that is also with the Locket set. And again, if you have a Cricut, you could cut out, you know, different size ovals to fit with this. But then here's the butterfly that comes with it, and again, all of the flowers. And then this is the frame with the Locket set. And then again, I pulled out a few other embellishments. This is a pretty peacock and a flower, and then the hummingbird, and these little detail flourish type pieces. But again, here's the flowers that work well with it, the butterfly, and another sticker, and another sticker. Here's that gold flourish again, and just a little bird from an older set, the butterfly that came with the set, and then with these stickers. And then you could, you know, stick a piece in there or use this for journaling. And then at the back, same thing. Here's the pocket that I made. I had cut out extra ovals, so I just cut it in half, glued it down, and then you have a spot for extra photos or journaling or whatever you want to use this for. And then here's our binding. So the only thing I would do different on the binding is make sure that you give yourself enough paper to cover your chipboard piece. But that is a cute little album that you can give. I know they are making cards for moms, and this could be a nice gift for mom or for anyone, for that someone special. So there you have it. Again, I'm going to wrap up the video. I'm going to shamelessly ask that if you enjoyed this or got some inspiration, if you could give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. And as always, I like to say it is free for you to do, but priceless for me. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye!